Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Court Farms Country Park. I do hope you're doing very well and having a lovely day. This is episode 78 of the Let's Play series, and I must admit, I've missed being down on here. It's been a good few weeks, I think. It feels like that anyway, since we've done any work and done an episode down on here. But yeah, I've been chomping at the bit to get cracking on. And in today's episode, we are primarily going to be focusing on the new field that we made last episode here over by the grain mill. We're going to get this one drilled with a bit of grass, and we are also going to give it its first coat of fertilizer. We're going to spread some digestate, because over in the little BGA we've got down the lane there, we've got just over 950,000 litres of the stuff. So yeah, we're going to make good use of a chunk of that, get some grass drilled, because the grass is the only crop we can currently drill. We are in June, second day of. It's 5 to 9 in the morning. The weather has given cloudy like this for pretty much most of the day. No rain, thankfully, so still a good day for working in the fields, but yeah, a little bit cloudy, so not as I'd like it to be, with some nice blue skies and sunshine and whatnot, but it's all good. Still perfectly good weather for drilling and working in the field. So, one thing that did go through my mind before I did jump in to start recording this episode, though, it's just something that came into my mind, and I just asked myself, how far have we come? Or how far have I come on this series since day one? And, you know, what kind of money have we got in respect of the land and the equipment? Now, I haven't gone through all the equipment, but what I have done, I've spent a few minutes just quantifying and bringing together all the areas of land and its value that we've got now, and compare it to what we had when we started, which is, I'm really quite proud of it, if I'm honest. Now, I haven't taken into account the value of any of the animals. We do have, what have we got? We've got two areas of sheep. We've got the sheep field here, and we've got the sheep pen over by the spinneries on the other side of the map, and we've also got 2 cow pens as well. We've got our chickens, and I've not taken into account any of their value, and I've not taken into account any of the value of the machinery and the equipment that we've got. All I've done is add up the areas of land that we've got and what we started with, kind of anyway, and the value of all that land. So essentially, I started off the series, and now I did have to go back and re-look at episode 1 of this series and just remind myself what I started off with. But we started off with 4995 in the bank, pretty much like I just sold a used car. Yeah, 4995 in the bank. We had field 109 and field 59, which come to just over 9.1 acres, 9.19 to be precise. And we did own some of this land, this area here, which I can't actually get a measurement from, because I don't have the area of land that this took up. And we also started with, it was an area of grassland that's just down the back here that's now completely full of the silage bunker area and all this kind of stuff here, and I don't have a measurement of this, but I'm going to guesstimate that we had just over 9 acres in those 2 fields, and we probably had, I don't know, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 acres in here. So for numbers sake, we can say we started with about 15 acres maybe tops. But now, after going through everything that we've got now, land ownership wise, we have got, if I can just find myself in my scraps of paper here, we've now got 116.63 acres of land across the farm, spreading ourselves. We're kind of primarily across the north of the map, aren't we? But if I jump into the map PDA there, obviously we've got all of these fields here, and I also did factor in the plot of land that we have here as well, this little area of grass over by the sheep. And obviously I did work out very quickly, drawing a very quick custom field, what we have in this new area of land here as well. But yeah, 116.63 acres of land, which is 47.198 hectares to be precise. And the value of all that land, so taking into consideration we started with 4995 in the bank, the value of all the land that we now have is £3.7 million, 3,707,566 to be exactly precise. Adding in the 422,479 that we currently have in the bank, that takes our, well, it's not exactly our net worth, is it? Because I haven't factored in the animals and the machinery. But our net worth just from the land ownership alone is £4,130,045. So I'm really quite chuffed with that. I'm really proud of that, I've got to say. There is a lot more, I suppose, if I was to spend a few more minutes figuring out the value of all the machinery and equipment that we've got. That I mean, we don't own some expensive stuff, but we do have quite a lot of stuff. So if I was to tot all that up, we'd be, I don't know, I'd hazard a guess and say maybe 4.5 million, maybe 4.6, 4.7, maybe at a push. But yeah, I'm really quite chuffed with that. That was the point I'm trying to make. Just seeing how far we've come and how successful we've been. I suppose whether I've been successful or not, I suppose that's entirely, you know, a matter of opinion. But I think we've done all right down here, don't you? We've done all right. We've got a lot of land under our belt now, as I say. But yeah, anyway, sum's done. That's enough mathematics for me anyway. My head's starting to hurt now. So anyway, like I say, we're going to crack on. We're going to start in this field today. We are going to get it drilled with some grass. We do have enough seed in our seeder, obviously, because it's modded. The enhanced part of the enhanced planter pack from Mark Thor. Between the front tank and the planter itself, we've got, I want to say, something around 8,000 litres. Let's bring up the heads-up display just so I can check that. But we've got 5,700 litres of seed in there. And 2,798 in there, so yeah. About 8,400 litres, I think. So that's more than enough to get that field drilled. And like I said before, we've got huge quantities of digestate over in the biogas plant, which we will get spread, give the land its first coat of nitrogen, as it were, which it desperately needs because it is some new land. Now I've just realised the bits of kit that I need in here aren't in the easiest of positions, are they? I'm going to have to do... it's maybe not too bad, but getting it out of here is not going to be as easy, is it? Where are we? Am I close enough there? Yes, I am. There's that one. Let's lift that up. I think I'm careful enough. I should be able to swing it round here. It's quite tight. Bring it round there, make sure I don't clout that off the wall and onto them shelves. Yep, there we go. Oh, that'll do, that's not so bad. Should be able to connect that up there, hopefully. Excellent, there we go. Right, so now we should be able to lift that up. Get it folded in. Nice one. And that wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought I was going to make a right hash of that. Not bad at all. Right, so let's get... Yeah, we've got grass selected. There we go, excellent stuff. Do need to give the Fent and the pickup wagon a bit of a wash there. Now, the silage over in the bunkers is still fermenting away. One of them hasn't started fermenting yet, still at 0%. The other two are around mid 20-odd%. So, and we've got just under 1.5 million litres of that stuff. So when all that's done, that's going to be getting put straight into the biogas plant and get that money ticking right up again, which is exactly what we need. So anyway, let's crack on with some field work. It's enough of a waffle from me to start off the video. So time for a cinematic. We'll back this with a bit of music, get the field drilled, and I'll see you in a wee while.
Just an ambitious proletariat questioning what it all means now that you found out that it doesn't mean anything to be right when the world is wrong. I'm so sorry to hear that your crest falling alone now.
Right, that's us. Grass drilled. First job done, so I think I'm just going to, before I put this planter away, because it is going to be going away for a little bit now, I think it would be just the right thing to do. Just to give it a wash, and while we're here, we'll give this thing a wash as well. Now, work coming up, of course, we've got, coming up in the next few episodes, I'm saying here. Now, I am hoping that I'm going to get all this done before 25 comes out, because we've not really got that much longer before that comes out now. It's only a few weeks, isn't it? So yeah, we've got a corn harvest, which I'm very keen to get done, because we're going to be jumping in the forage harvester for that, and I'll be getting 2 tractors on the job, running trailer for that job. Get that done. That's I think it's field 42, quite a big one over in the northwest of the map. And as for a harvest time, we've got the first harvest is going to be, because we've not got a huge array of crops going on the farm at the minute. We've got quite a few fields of oats, which will be coming up in the next few months, and we've also got a couple of fields of soybeans as well. So, and the soybeans and the corn are a bit later than the oats. The oats are coming up in the next, I think it's 3 months. So yeah, we're going to have a bit to do. So looking forward to all of that. But yeah, as I say, give this lot a clean off, just because the planter's going to be going back in the shed for a wee while, and obviously the fence here and the forage trailer needed a bit of a clean. Now we do need to, in the field that we've just been in, the grass field, it's now the grass field, we do need to, I'm going to run the lime spreader first. I'm going to get that job done. We've got 60 something thousand litres of lime over in our stone crusher down the back there behind the shed. There we go. That looks clean enough. So yeah, we're going to be jumping in that and taking advantage of that. Of course, we don't need to spend any money on any lime, so that's all good. Now I suppose one difficulty is I've got to do the reverse of what I did before, so I think it's going to be the right thing to do to drop the planter section off first and squeeze that in here. Make sure I'm not bashing into anything, of course. There we go. And I have got to unfold this one, so let's get myself positioned right in here. It's good practice, this, isn't it, for tight manoeuvring, but yeah, it's not the easiest of things to do. So if I straighten up here, I did just bash into that shelf there, didn't I? And it might be a little easier for me to jump out of cab for this one, because when you unfold this, it's got the extra bits that fold out there. So there we go. Let's drop that down, bring it up as close to the wall as possible. That'll do, I think. Let's get that disconnected. There we are. Maneuver around here. I mean, it would have been a lot easier if I just moved the massey out, wouldn't it? But no stranger to making life difficult for myself, am I? So let's drop that down. There we go. Disconnect those cables. Drop that off. There we are. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to park this up out here for now. I'm going to use the massey for the liming, and then a bit later on we'll probably be jumping back in the deer, or I might have a run in the fence, I'm not too sure. It's nice to have a choice of machinery, isn't it, now and again. So yeah, we'll pick up the lime spreader here. Yeah, it's much easier when there's no tractors to work your way around, isn't it? There we are. Let's get that connected. That does have a PTO and the cables, of course. There we go. Lift it up. All this stuff. Right. Let's go fill this up with a bit of lime. I'd imagine the field is going to take quite a bit of lime. We all know what it's like when you spread lime onto some new land that's never been farmed before. So that should be us about there. Although the trigger's a bit off on this one, isn't it? But there we go. That'll do. So anyway, right. So I'll go and get this lime spreading done. Should only take a few minutes, but we'll see how many loads it takes. Yeah, it's going to drink it, I think, quite badly. Let's jump out of cab here. Let's bring up the... Oh, there we go. We've got the heads-up display on, haven't we? So kick that off. Get a bit of cruise control on. What are the numbers looking like? Yeah, it's counting down quite quickly, isn't it? So, needs to be done though. So, I'll get this done and I'll pick you up in a short while's time when we're ready to go fill up with a bit of digestate and get this nitrogen level picked up a bit. Oh, that was a relatively quick job. Obviously the field's not too big, but yeah, it only took a few minutes. So job done. pH values brought up to exactly what they need to be. Now I must admit, something that's just been going through my mind for the last few minutes as I've been doing that job is what I was talking about before, about just figuring out our the farm's assets, as it were. It was bugging me that I hadn't done the machinery and the tools, because obviously it doesn't even give you a proper idea of what the whole farm is worth. So I have just spent a couple of minutes doing exactly that. I've just added up everything that we've got machinery wise. Now I've not obviously you can get more, as we all know. You can get more money for the machinery and your tools and stuff if you take them to the shop, but I've just done it in the menus very quickly, and I've got this I've just jotted down the value of everything basically, and I've got an A4 sheet of paper that's completely full of numbers. I've totted them all up, and machinery wise we have got 1.7 million pounds worth of stuff, which is gobsmacking, quite frankly. If I had to add it up, I wouldn't have guessed that much. So going back to the numbers that I mentioned before, so we've got 3,707,566 pounds worth of land. We've now got 1,714,878 pounds worth of equipment and tools. We currently have in the bank, because it has gone up a couple of quid, we've now got 424,930 pounds in the bank. So as we stand right now, and again, this isn't even including the animals, we do have quite a lot of animals across the farm, so I haven't totted them up either. But at the minute, our assets, our value, our net worth stands at 5,847,374 quid, which is amazing, quite frankly. I'm amazed with that. Now I know a lot of people have like creators in the past. You know, if you were going to be moving from one map to another, they would do that kind of thing, wouldn't they? They'd add things up and top things up and potentially take all that money with them to the new save, which is quite, you know, obviously I'm not planning on doing that with this one, but it's still pretty cool to know that, isn't it? If I wanted to move from Court Farm, say for example, to say I was going to move to Calmsden, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? With well, just under 6 million quid. That'd be pretty awesome. And of course that doesn't even take into account the income that we're going to get between now and whenever, because like I say, we've got what, 1.5, just under 1.5 million litres of chaff over in the bunkers at the minute that we can throw into the BGA in the next few days' time. So it's, you know, we could well, we'd be well north of 6 million quid, wouldn't we? Let's be honest. And again, that doesn't even take into consideration the value of the buildings we've got, actually, does it? So yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm just dead chuffed with where we've got to here. So right, anyway, filling digestate. There we go. So the next job is obviously we're going to get this grass field now spread with digestate, get the nitrogen values picked right up to what they need to be. Now I think what I'm going to try with this one is I'm going to throw this into a bit of a time lapse and just see how that goes. Stick a bit of music behind it and speed it up a bit and see how long it takes us. But yeah, I'll have a go at a time lapse with this one, get it done, and then as far as field work goes, at least for now anyway, we've not got a huge amount to do. Let's just jump into the map PDA very quickly, because obviously we've got grass fields. They are, let's go to the growth stage. Where are we? Yeah, there's still a few behind. We've got this one here, field 60, that could do with being cut down. I think that's still at its first growth stage. I haven't actually gone over there, actually, so I am taking a guess. And we do have this area of grass here over by the spinneries and the other sheep that could do with being mowed. But we've still got a little bit of time ahead of us for all the rest. As I say, harvest-wise, going into our crop calendar, the oats, the first stage of harvesting for oats comes in July, but I don't think that's going to be us. We might be into August, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong with that. I'm trying to remember back many episodes, but I'm not too sure if we planted in the first month of planting season. So, yeah, and I think that might be the same for the soybeans as well, but and possibly the corn. But either way, so what have we got? We've got oats is going to be potentially next month or August, and soybeans and corn is going to be at least September into October before we can get that sorted. But anyway, as I say, we'll get into a bit of a time lapse with this one. I do love the fact that we've now got massive amounts of access to this field now I've got rid of those hedges. It does make access so much easier. I have done a bit of editing with the auto drive course now, so the auto drive brings the machinery into the field just here, and I deleted all that bit over there where we had to come around the back of the grain mill into the field from that point. So yeah, it's all good. Oh, and I suppose one thing I did want to mention, I have had over the past, well, quite a few months actually, I have had quite a lot of requests and questions as to whether I'm going to release this save to the public, to you guys, if any of you are interested. So what I think I might do, I am going to do it. I'm going to release it on my Discord. I'll probably just release it in the chat for everyone to download if you're interested. There is, over on my Discord, I have put together a mod list, because I know it can be quite difficult sometimes creating an entire file to download for everyone to just be able to unzip, get all the mods and the save game out of it. So the fact that there's the list of mods that will take you to the links and stuff, that all the mods I've got on this save, that's going to be there, and I'll potentially just release this save file on its own in a zip file, of course. So between the two, you'll be able to download the save file and then go to the mod list and links and be able to download all the mods that I've got on here, and then once you've got them all, you'll be able to just jump into this save, and technically it should just work, I think. I think that's how it works. I've not done much in the way of save file transferring and swapping over and using of others, so I think that's how it works. So yeah, anyway, yes, that'll probably happen in the next few days, hopefully, if I can pull my finger out, as it were. Right, anyway, let's get this done, jump into a bit of a cinematic, and I'll see you when the nitrogen levels are a bit higher in this field. Right then, so digestate spread. Now it's clearly, as you can see from the numbers in the bottom right there, the digestate's only brought the nitrogen levels up to a certain level, so and of course the field does need rolling as well, so I'm going to scurry around and get these last two jobs done as quickly as possible off camera. Just run a very thin layer of solid fert over the field. It's not going to cost us anything obviously because we have our own production system producing that stuff, so I'll just fling a bit of that on, get it rolled, and I'll pick you up when the jobs in the field is completely finished. Right, there we go, job done, topped up with fertilizer and rolled over with the field roller of course, and now the numbers are absolutely what they need to be. So pH and nitrogen values, as you can see there from the bottom right, perfect. Expected yield 99% in this part of the field anyway alone, but it's a decent sized field for Court Farms, isn't it? It's quite a big one. I suppose the site of it is ruined still by these odd visible weeds, decorational things that I have tried. I've been into Giants Editor, I can't seem to get rid of them. That I can see them and click on them, but they don't. I can't get rid of them. But hey ho, we'll just wait for the grass to germinate and grow a bit, and their visibility will be reduced somewhat. But yeah, all good. Happy with that. Nice bit of work today. So job wise, I think come the next episode, obviously I think it'll be a case of shifting all that silage out the bunkers there into the biogas plant and get those earnings ticking away nicely. We do still have field 57 over here. This could do with being rolled over with the grass roller to promote the next stage of growth, but I think if I was to fast forward a month, it will grow naturally anyway, won't it? So but either way, we'll need to run a bit of prep in here, sort the lime and nitrogen out, get that all sorted. But for now, I think that's a decent bit of work behind us for today, I think. So I am going to call it here for today's episode now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be back here. I must admit I've missed this place, concentrating on other things for the last couple of weeks. But yeah, it's nice to be back down here on Court Farms Country Park. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed the video and found it a little bit of fun. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does wonders, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, or even pre-ordering Farming Simulator 25, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out and supporting their channel, as always, I would be massively appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.